You're a good person, thoughtful, always doing the right thing. So why does it feel like the world is against you? That's because you were taught that loyalty was the highest virtue. But there's a hidden truth. The world often exploits those who are loyal, turning their strengths into vulnerabilities. This is the loyalty trap, the tension between devotion and self-preservation. On one side, a world that profits from your devotion. On the other, an ancient fear. It's buried in your bones, the fear of being cast out from the tribe, away from the warmth of the fire. This isn't just philosophy, it's psychology, it's survival. It's the war inside every decent person who has ever felt used. Make yourself comfortable, because we are taking on a journey to show you the world where kindness isn't just a virtue, it's a vulnerability. And if you aren't careful, it becomes a cage. Join us and discover the formula to avoid the trap and remain true to your beliefs. Look at the people around you, those who always show up, never complain, and give until nothing is left. We call them good people, team players, loyal friends, but inside, many of them are screaming. They sense the world taking advantage and feel the imbalance, but something deeper keeps them from leaving. It's not just naivety, and it's not just being a nice guy. It's deeper, a biological and psychological inheritance, a fear so old it lives in the stem of your brain. Today, we expose the machinery of the trap, why modern society exploits loyalty, and why, even when you know you're being used, the fear of being alone keeps you locked inside. To understand the loyalty trap, we have to go back to the savannah, back to the tribe. For 99% of human history, being cast out meant death. No shelter, no protection, no food. Your brain is not wired for the modern world. It is wired for that savannah. It is wired to believe that if the tribe rejects you, you will die. This is why the sunk cost fallacy isn't just bad math. It's a survival instinct. I have invested in this tribe. If I leave, I have nothing. I must stay and endure. Now enter the modern predator. The boss, the partner, the friend who doesn't need you to survive, but certainly wants you to think you need them. They don't need to threaten you with physical death. They just need to activate that ancient fear. They imply subtly that without them, you are nothing, that your loyalty defines you, that leaving makes you the bad guy, and the loyal person, the decent person, hears that alarm in their head. Don't be the bad guy. Don't be expelled. Don't be alone. Stay. This is where the psychology deepens. It's not just fear of being alone. It's also the weight of what you've already given. Think of a decade spent in a dead-end job, loyal to a company that sees you as a line item. Think of 5 years in a relationship where you were the only one carrying the weight. The voice inside pleads, leave now, and those years vanish. Stay, and maybe it's not wasted. That's sunk cost whispering seduction. Here is the painful irony. The people exploiting you are counting on that math. They know you have invested too much to walk away. They know you'll calculate the years lost and decide to lose a few more. To them, your history isn't a reason for respect. It's leverage. They don't see your past devotion as sacred. They see it as a chain tethering you to their boat. And so you stay. Not because you are happy, but because leaving means admitting that the past was a mistake. And for the loyal person, admitting that you were wrong about someone you loved feels like a betrayal of the self. Now, let's look at the world that profits from this fear. Modern society has built an engine specifically designed to burn loyal fuel. In the corporate world, loyal employees stay, trusting that hard work will be rewarded. Yet, The system rewards those who threaten to leave and treat the company as a transaction. The loyal person holds the ladder for others. They are the foundation. And foundations don't get penthouses. They get walked on. In relationships, the dynamic is the same. The nice guy or nice girl is thoughtful. They anticipate needs, never rock the boat. Inevitably, they become the emotional support animal for someone who gives nothing back. Why do people think it's okay to set these traps? Because it works. Because the loyal person has been conditioned to believe that asking for reciprocity is selfish, that setting a boundary is unkind, that expecting fair exchange makes them transactional. And so, the trap snaps shut. The world takes. The loyal person gives. And the fear of being alone silences the voice that indecisively screams, "This isn't fair!" But perhaps the deepest part of the trap is identity. If you have always been the loyal one, the good friend, the dedicated employee, who are you if you stop? This is the final lock on the cage. Leaving doesn't just mean losing the tribe. It also means losing the story you've told about yourself your entire life. If you walk away from the friend who uses you, you are no longer the understanding one. If you quit the job that exploits you, you are no longer the company man. If you leave the partner who takes you for granted, you are no longer the devoted spouse. You become unknown, a blank page. And to the brain wired for the tribe, the unknown is scarier than the familiar pain. So you stay, doing everything right, being thoughtful, and wonder in quiet moments why you feel so empty. The answer is cruel. You aren't empty because you aren't giving enough. You are empty because you are giving everything to people who see your loyalty as a weakness, and you are too afraid of the dark to turn off the light. So, how do you break the trap? You have to face the fear that built it. You have to sit with the question, if I leave this tribe, will I die? The answer in the modern world is almost always no. You have to accept the sunk cost. The years you gave, they are gone. You cannot get them back by giving more. That is the fallacy. You are not preserving the investment by losing more. You are doubling the loss. And you have to redefine virtue. Loyalty is not endurance. Loyalty is not being a doormat. Loyalty is a conscious choice to stand with someone who stands with you. So ask yourself, today, this week, this year, where can you reclaim your choices? Where will you draw the line and step out of the cage? Act now. Choose yourself and see how your world changes. The world will always try to exploit the loyal. That is the world's nature. Your job is to protect your nature. Be kind, but not naive. Be thoughtful, but not self-sacrificing. Be loyal, but only to those who have proven they deserve the gift of your devotion. The fear of being alone is a ghost. It lives in your head, but it cannot hurt you. The only real pain is the life you spend serving a tribe that was never yours.
You can do everything right and still end up in the trap. That's not your fault. That is the nature of the trap. But staying there, that is the choice. Be loyal to the voice inside you first, because if you lose that, you lose the only tribe you were ever guaranteed to have.